やエイリアンめまだまだ食らえよしいただきあなた来い
Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios, Weekly Wing It number 184 here on Rumble, YouTube, and the X Twitter. And starting off tonight, right there in that big box, doing his magic on the page as usual, is Mr. Frederick Guimone.
How you doing, everybody? Working on Retell number 2. Number 1 is going to be in the mail next week, I believe. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. Also joining us tonight, Mr. James Esparza. What's up, James?
Hello, friends. I'm enjoying the heat and surviving off of ice cream.
All right. Talk about a contrast. All right. And Mr. Billy Bobsack?
Kaplaw, doing my bank account.
And Raven Nevermore.
Hey, guys.
And our special guest tonight, author of the Record of the Paladins series, Mr. Brian McCoppin. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, this is long overdue. It took me much longer to get to reading your books than it should have. Sorry about that.
Oh, you got quite the backlog of novels I'm sure you need to get through.
Yeah, the TBR pile is always kind of becomes... Well, a backlog. Let me throw in some tunes here to set the mood here. All right, get that started. So yeah, and considering your book Record of the Paladins, I was mentioning earlier that Frederick having an angel in the foreground of what he's working on is kind of appropriate tonight.
And you said you finished book 2, so there's an angel.
Yeah, although I'm not sure I'm guessing which one it was. I don't think you said exactly the name of which one it was, but I'm kind of guessing it was Michael, or maybe you did say it and I missed it.
I didn't. No, I left him nameless. One of the multitude of God's warriors. Oh, this is Emily's song. This is a great song.
I know. I do like this song, and I had to quickly snag this one before the show tonight because not only do I like it, it's also very relevant.
Yeah, I use this for one of the promos for book 1.
Book.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, and you know what's weird is even after reading through the first book, I didn't notice until the second book that Melissa was a nun. I was looking for her habit. Oh, she's dressed as she's a nun. Why did I not catch this?
Well, she doesn't wear the klobak, the hood or the hat. She goes by sister because that's her official title as a Vatican agent. But she's not a full nun. I haven't got to her backstory cleanly yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she uses that title professionally.
Yeah.
Right, she's not. She hasn't earned it. So she was her. Little spoiler, she was a nun in training, but never received her final vows.
Oh, gotcha. Joining us in the chat, Christy. She was here first and is quite happy about it. She says first. And also joining us is Saboteur Comics. He says, hola, what's up, Charlie? Yeah, so what brought you into doing this? Because there's a lot of Christian fiction and Christian fantasy out there, but there's also a common theme with a lot of it. I'm sorry to say, it
bonnets.
tends to be bad.
All bonnets.
Yeah, a lot of it out there is very much kind of campy, hokey, and more preachy than story. Instead of the message serving the story, it's the other way around. You took all that and said, nope, we're not doing that. And you wrote an awesome story.
Well, thank you. And that was my goal. Like, I'm a Christian. I like fantasy and action, and I was like, man, what if John Wick was Catholic? Like really, really Catholic.
Well, that would be Daredevil.
yeah. We're more books like that, or and the Bible talks about great men like Samson being crazy strong, and we don't get those fun stories anymore. So
right. Well, what's awesome is it's a true adventure. It sticks to the Christian principles, but it doesn't. All the elements are in there, but you're not preached at. It's just part of what serves the story, and it helps build the world and sets the stage. And it's a great adventure that you go on reading this. And how could you not like something that starts off with a cowboy gunslinger?
little Dark Tower touch there,
Yeah, I won't lie. The thought did come to mind, but he's definitely his complete entire own character. So
yeah, well,
even if I did think there's a little inspiration drawn from there, it's not a rehash or a refit.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I can break down the genesis of the story, and I don't know how much time you're going to give me.
As much as you want. We're usually here till about 10. Sometimes we go longer, whatever. But the floor is yours. Go for it.
Well, I'll do some backstory, some backfill. So, like any good storyteller, you got to know where the context is. So, I'm like everybody else in the stream. I mean, I'm a reader. You guys are all readers. You guys all produce amazing things. And when I first started dating my wife, we were in college, she learned I was a reader, and it surprised her. She goes, "You're a dumb jock." I'm like, no, I read too. I asked her, like, you're a lifeguard and you play lacrosse and you're on like an education scholarship. You're kind of a jock. I'm like, no. I read too. So she's like, well, what do you read? And I said, well, I've read all the Dune books, and I've read all the Heinlein. My mom got me into reading. She goes, can I get you a book? I was like, yeah. Brian Herbert is writing the new Dune books. I haven't read all of them. You can get me one of those. So she went to the store. It was like $20. It was a lot for a college kid, She gets me the book. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Thank you for getting this. And she leaves. The next day she comes back. I'm like, hey, that book was amazing. Thank you so much. She goes, you read it? That was $20. I thought it'd last you a month. So she kept finding more and more books. And she got me the Gunslinger, the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. I had read The Gunslinger many years ago, but she got me the rest of the books as like a gift. So I read through those, and
the only one of those I read was a short story in like a Reader's Digest type magazine or something.
Yeah, and that's how he started his work.
That's how the first book was published. For
Gotcha.
It's short. The first book's
I read the very beginning, but none of the series.
And from my perspective, the book slowly got worse. Every book was worse than the prior one. Like, it just got dumber and dumber and dumber. So I was so let down. I was like, these could be good. So I started my own. Like, the first chapter of Record of Paladins is very much Dark Tower. Like, oh, it's the man wandering through the desert, but And I was like, so this was probably 2008. I started this book, and for like 10 years, off and on, I was adding to it and revising it, adding to it. And my wife was finally like, are you ever going to publish this book? I was like, I don't want to let it go. I keep perfecting it. She goes, why don't you publish a different book and see how the process goes? So I wrote another book. It was like a nonfiction book, which is actually my best-selling book. So I wrote this nonfiction book, published it, and I was like, okay, that's the process. I learned the process of publishing. So between 2020 and 2022, I was like, I'm going to finish, get it edited, make a proper cover, and publish the first Record of Paladins book. I got it out. And I was like, okay. It took me 12 years or 15 years to do one. How long for the second one? I got 12 planned. And when I published it, I started reading and getting into other like independent authors, like the Brandon Sandersons, and I found out I lived near a guy named Will White who writes the Unsold series, the Cradle series. I don't know if you guys have run across this at all.
Not ringing a bell for me. How about you guys?
Nope.
Unsold Cradle. So he's an independent author, and he employs his entire like family, like 6 people, just off his book sales.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I want that. Like, how do I get that? So I met his dad, who used to be a pastor at a church my kids went to for school. It was like a Christian school, and he was the head pastor there. And we sat down and had lunch, and he walked me through the whole process of what they do. He's like, here's how you become a professional author, the commitment required. I was like, all right, I'll try to emulate that. So he says, you got to write at least a book every 6 months. If you're not any slower, you're not going to have readers. So what Will and his family do, they go on a cruise, a 7-day cruise, and they lock him in the cabin. And they write a book.
Oh, wow.
So he spent 7 days, 18 hours a day, whatever it is, just writing a book. And when the cruise is over, he's got a book. And they edit it and they publish it, and that's just their process.
That amazes me, though. I mean, I hear like NaNoWriMo. I'm like, I don't think I could ever sit there and get a full book, even a rough draft, out in just a month.
Well, I did it. So I don't know if you see my icon.
I applaud you, man. That's awesome.
Well, only on my last book. My book 2 took a year. Book 3 took 6 months. Book 4 about 6 months as well. I'm halfway through book 5, and you see how my icon is like the letters VI right now?
Yeah.
Like almost a Roman numeral 6, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
That's a book I'm releasing next month. I wrote that in 1 month. It's 150,000 words.
Wow.
I sat down and cranked it out, like just cranked. It's not related to Record of the Paladins. I just wanted to see what would happen if I went really, really fast. And this is what happened. I'm actually really happy with this. So I'm ready to crank up the next couple books.
It should be. That's quite an accomplishment. That's awesome.
My wife is editing it right now. It's kind of funny. She's never read any of my books. She's read none of them. So I'm like, can I hire you as an editor on this book? I wrote it because I think you'll like it. This is a book aimed at you. So she's editing. She's about halfway done now. So hopefully,
my turnaround time is about 2 years a book, unfortunately.
And that was me for a really long time because work and family and everything else.
Yeah. Well, from what I've read of your work, the process is definitely working for you. Because
Thank you.
Yeah, the first 2 books were a lot of fun. In fact, after the first book, I went on Amazon and gifted a copy of the audiobook to my brother, and he just finished it and he liked it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear as a creator, that somebody enjoyed your work and shared it with somebody.
Yeah, in fact, I want to get a few extra copies to put in the church library.
My church men's group is always asking, like, are you ever going to sell at the coffee store? And I was like, I don't want to, there's no fiction in the coffee store.
Wow.
I'm not even going to approach the pastor about this. This sounds like a terrible idea.
I wonder why that is. Why would there be no fiction at the coffee store? Because you would think folks would want to sit down and have a little bit of an escape from the real world for a while sipping their coffee.
I guess because it's in the church, it's like,
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you meant like one of those kind of coffee bars in town where they got.
Oh no. Here's one of my challenges. So there's a couple of those kind of. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hold on 1 second.
No
Right back.
worries. No worries. Look. So are you into the inking there a bit, or are you those are some dark pencil lines, Frederick?
Yeah, I'm just finishing the details, so mostly doing Windows work, so works on the city to try to give it every building kind of a unique architectural feel to it to get into the realism. So this is like page 2 and 3 right at the opening of the book. So
Yes, and 1 in 1,000 of the books has a building with tits.
Because of course they do.
in Montreal, it
Buy
might,
1,000 copies.
might be a thing.
There's a chance.
Yeah, you gotta zoom in on one window. You know. Readout says in reference to the speed of the writing.
Yeah,
that,
book a
oh,
month
that
is,
grind! I could never have the energy. At
it's
least not
quite
currently.
impressive, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think RH Snow has a bit of a different answer to that. She can write them pretty quick too, but I think what she does is she'll write out 2 or 3 of the books, and then release them together or one after another to bring that pace out. I think that's what she said she does. Oh, Snow, if you're out there, put in the chat if that's what you do or not, or you can just hop on and tell us.
That sounds about
She's
right.
got access to the link. Yeah, but
I think she was doing that with the one series. I don't remember which series that was, but I remember her talking about one of them in
Watcher of the Damned.
maybe that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, me, I'm always going to take a while to get a book out because every single book I'm doing in my current series anyway requires me to sit down and draw an entire quote-unquote game map because it's very much inspired by Metroidvanias, so I got to sit there and figure out the whole map, areas that cannot be accessed until later when they have certain things to ability gate them, so to speak. And so I have to figure out, not exactly to the point as if it were a game, but I got to know what's in what area, what kind of obstacles are there, where they are, get an idea of how long it would actually take to get from this point to that point, where all the characters are at any moment in time. You know, so I pretty much got to, put out this whole Metroidvania style map before I can write exactly the details of what they go through. And that becomes time consuming, especially when now that I'm wrapping up my 3rd, I'm going to go to my 4th. I'm like, I can't just rehash the same stuff again. You know, I gotta put in something that makes it stand apart and makes it interesting, you know, separately from all the other stuff that they've been through. You know,
Yeah. Well, like I've got the calendar of events and stuff, and I've got to go through and make sure, okay, if they spend a week traveling from this point to that point, if they ever do that journey again, which they more likely are going to do a couple of times, it's going to have to take that same amount unless their transportation has changed or something.
yeah. Oh, about an hour ago, my dad was watching a game show I think it was called Chain Reaction, where they have a word at the beginning, at the top of the list, a word at the bottom, and they got to guess the next word, and each word kind of chains together. You know, like, and up there, the word fast came up, and then below that, the first letter of the next word started with a T, and it was fast track, but the guy, you know, he was a gamer when his guess was fast travel. And my dad goes, why would he say travel instead of track? I said, probably because he plays video games, and that is a very common term.
Yep. That's something where current part of what I'm writing, because I've taken a pause with that, and I've gone back and I've started working on rewriting the backstory. But where I'm currently at towards the end with my story, I think one of the next couple of things they're going to end up doing is discovering a sort of a way to do fast travel, which will help in the Underdark.
Yeah, even I think I ended up implementing a fast travel system in the stories, even if they didn't end up using them. what facilitates it was at least there and mentioned in the book. So if I ever do get to make them into the games, it's already there. It's in the book, whether they used it or not.
Yeah, well, Metroid.
Yeah, hey, it didn't used to have the very first one didn't even have a map. I had to write it down or memorize it, and a lot of the screens look very samey. So that
Listen, read out. We need to make a short fan fiction story of actually fixing the Hunger Games.
I could see
how bad
Readout
the
writing
Rebels would lose.
I could see Readout writing a fictional story set during the Civil War because everything happening, used the Civil War as the backdrop to the story happening, and he would get all the references and time specific background pieces correct. It would all be there and would all be accurate according to the time, the year, whatever, and yeah, I mean. I think you'd be good at that.
I was
I'd read
trying
it.
to get Readout one time to take like a fantasy battle or whatever and like do a YouTube video on it like it's an actual real historical battle.
that would be great. Go through the fantasy of a fictional world in the style, or have Readout do it in his usual style.
Yeah. Tried to get him to do it.
So,
That
Brad,
makes
Yeah, I
your
don't know.
turn.
Is this college season on again? Read out.
Did he get the phone call too?
I think so. Up there he goes. Says, I've actually wanted to do a whole series on fantasy battles, but play it straight like Shelby Foot or something.
That would be
pretty
interesting.
cool.
This is the Battle of the Death Star 2. The Empire was retarded. They only had 8 TIE fighters to defend this giant battle station.
They turned it on if all the holes still in it.
Yeah. There was only 2 squads that took out this massive battle station that cost God knows how much.
My army lost to Wookiee midgets.
So tell me, do you guys think that David from Independence Day could have shut down the Death Star with his laptop?
Yeah, why not? It's in the script. I mean, if you think about it, the Death Star is pretty stupid the way that George approached it. Because let's say you got a planet-sized ship, you need essentially like multiple countries worth of people, I imagine, to run it, and you would need just freaking docking bays all over the thing just to defend it, so you could have, and you need like multiple airports or the equivalent thereof, space stations full of thousands of fighters. Damn.
Me and James talked about it. I just want to let you know the rebels like murdered possibly hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of innocent people on Death Star.
And not only that, in doing so, it probably collapsed the galactic economy.
Like, here's my big question: if you're gonna have a Death Star, where are your supporting units? You should have like at least 2 or 3 fleets surrounding it in like a triangular formation. But no,
the way that went, I wouldn't be surprised if they could take it down with Airwolf.
Because
I
George
just wanna
Lucas is a
remind you,
dumbass.
It took them 19 years to build that fucking thing,
That's
but evidently they
In
can do
about
it in like
20
5.
seconds to go down.
And you think about it, like the size of that spaceship, how do they know exactly where the porthole was? That's a very large spaceship.
Because there's a video that done a really, really good job of a joke on this, and it was just running through all like the EU canons of who stole the Death Star plans, and then Rogue One, and it was like an Imperial, what do they call it, ISB agency, like the intelligence agency of the Empire. Just like, no, now I got a new report. It's evidently this person. who stole some of the plans. He gave it to Princess Leia.
Wow.
There was like a mad comic where they said a guy named Many Both Hands was the guy who stole it because of the way Mon Mothma pronounced that race. Poor Manny, he died. He lost both his hands.
Yeah, so Brian, the names of the Paladins, I was looking up some stuff, and something to do with Charlemagne was the inspiration for that.
Yeah, so a little bit of true history. The book goes into a little bit, but Charlemagne was kind of the French version of King Arthur. His work ended up being modern day France. He had some very pious warriors, where we get the word paladin from. These 12 peers. They had a place. It was like a palace they protected. That's where the word paladin kind of comes from. But the mythology is they were so devout and so holy that just being near them would heal people, would inspire people. It's their version of the Round Table for the French. And there's a poem about the last stand of Roland. The poem has the 12 names that's supposedly of these 12 paladins. I use that poem to be the name of the 12 paladins.
Because believe it or not, I was completely, until I came across that, completely unfamiliar with that. I mean, I've heard the name Charlemagne before, but I knew nothing about what it was even in reference to. So this is, I'm got a big blind spot in my history on that end anyway.
I knew about Roland, and kind of that was the era where the knights started getting more prominence, especially as becoming paladin-like and stuff. But I think I miss that particular story where it goes through and names the different ones.
It's an old poem that I used that calls out Roland and his best friend Garen and the young Oliver, and there's just a variety of names. I'm probably pronouncing some of them wrong because it's an old pre-French, Proto-European poem.
Yeah. It's Germanic.
I really liked Garen, by the way. He was an awesome character.
He's a lot of fun. When I get to his book, I'm going to fill in his backstory more, but he's an Irish Catholic who hates the Pope,
Oh, great.
Yeah, you probably saw I put a post up on the X Twitter that says I want Garen to be my firearms instructor. Yeah. But now will the special abilities be the same for the next one to take up the name? Who has the name, or do they change? They could be anything, anytime.
It could be anything. So, like a little bit of book 3 is kind of they ramp up the hunt for more paladins because they find out the demons are also out hunting people and killing people with paladin names. So they talk about they can't even guess the powers anymore. Like it could be like Roland, it could be strength, or it could be something they don't even know they have. It could be an ability they've never even figured out they've had. It's just something they've never had the opportunity to use it.
By the way, was Roland inspired by Samson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, what if Samson was awesome instead of like a big jerk?
Yeah. Yeah. In reference to comics, it's kind of ironic. I have no doubt that Roland would be able to lift Mjolnir. However, Roland would probably absolutely reject any boost he would get from Mjolnir.
He'd probably view it as like a demonic relic. This is Odin. That's not the one true god.
And yeah, his strength level is definitely it's higher than base Captain America in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Although I think you did show the limits of it in an awesome way, but also showed that was about right where his ceiling was. If he does have a ceiling, I don't know if it boosts according to circumstance or not.
Yeah, I didn't want him to be, like when he fights the tank. Like I want him to beat up the tank, but not lift the tank. You know what I mean?
Right. But that's where I figured his ceiling was when he struggled to rip the hats off.
Yeah.
I was like, that's an impressive feat, but then we see he also does have limitations that makes it interesting. Whether those limitations are set or if there's any power creep, I don't know yet.
I'm going to try to avoid power creep because, the constant escalation, I think it's a little boring after a while. It's just...
Yeah, I do
understand. I can't have Roland fighting a 400-foot tall demon all of a sudden. Like, how do you hide that from the public eye?
Yeah. Yeah, like when I was writing stuff, I was like, okay, power creep is going to be an ongoing thing, but they definitely have ceilings when they get to this point. It's, as Captain Picard says, this far, no farther.
Yeah, because you
the
need
Bawb
struggle
reference
too.
there.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it was
good.
easy. It was easy when I started with them as little kids, so they can grow with the abilities. But they do hit a ceiling where it's like, yeah, that tops out there. You're not going any further. I kind of had that set in before I completely started.
At a certain point, they become unrelatable too.
Yeah, like in comics, the power scaling in comics has gotten ridiculous. Well, he's now multi-outer versal and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I can't even comprehend this crap anymore. It makes no sense. Now they only just scale off of each other and they both keep amping and blah. It's Dragon Ball all over again.
It is. Like, playing Death Battle for this.
You think they were watching that and they're like, hold on, they all think that this character beats ours. Oh, let's give them another amp in the stories.
Right.
Write it in.
And it even affects like the characters you really don't want getting like Batman, like the whole the Bat Who Laughs thing, where he's this multiversal threat. Like, no, it's Batman. He beats up clowns and penguins. I don't need him fighting gods.
Yeah.
Oh, the big thing that makes people love him is the fact that he's like, okay, this is way above my strength level. I'm just a normal human. I'm going to come up with a solution because I'm smart. That's what makes him interesting. But
it's aspirational because Batman is, if you had money and time, you could be Batman.
Yep. That's what I liked about him.
Like people say his superpower. Yeah, I don't think his superpower is money. I think it's free time.
Yeah, Batman is probably one of the only DC characters I really enjoyed. But then again, I'm biased because I'm more of a Marvel fanboy.
I have to. Somebody power scaled Marvel humans, as in just baseline humans, saying, no, when you see Marvel human, don't think human you see walking around the real world, because that's not how it is. We have characters with no powers who have managed to dodge light speed attacks and blah blah blah. The weak little old bum who could barely stand up in the Marvel comics could probably kick the butt of a weightlifter in the real world.
Oh goodness!
But he's got a point. When you have baseline humans with no superpowers that are accomplishing these borderline superhuman feats, it's like, okay, yeah, he's right. In this universe, baseline human is definitely skills above real world human. But yeah, it does get ridiculous. The power, I do enjoy power creep, but you have to have a limit. You have to have a cutoff point. Incredibles did this very well because they established the powers for the whole family, but they also established limits where there was a point where okay, Bawb can't outmuscle this thing, and he's not getting any stronger other than his workout routine where he got back in shape. uh, Violet with her force fields. He kind of stuck with them at the beginning. By the end of the movie, she was pretty good, but she still had a limit, and they showcased that when the Omni Droid pretty much crushed her shield. And they never went beyond that certain point. And it's like, that's a good way to do it. They all have a ceiling. They don't get any more powerful. They just work with each other and use their abilities in particular ways to get around the problem rather than try and out-muscle it.
Hey, Emily.
Hey, there's the musician himself.
Yep.
The man who wrote the song you hear in the background is right here in the chat, Mr. Evelyn Music. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
He is one of the best out there if you need some musical work done. He goes way above and beyond. Do you have the song from the other comic promo?
I don't.
There's another song he did. He's got a lady he hired. I don't know if he hired her, but acquired, I guess, to do part of the song. Because him and this lady, I think it's better than this song. To be honest.
Everly is just acquiring ladies.
But if you have like music for a project, he's a great resource.
Yeah, his he did the theme song for Kahuna, and that thing is awesome. Sometimes I still go find it. It's tough to find on YouTube now, somewhere in Kahuna's channel, but when you find it, play it. It's just it sticks in my head. He did that. Sword Rush, dude, haven't seen you in a while. He says, I'm gaming with my sibling tonight, but got a notification for your stream and wanted to wish best to y'all. Thanks, man.
Hey, Sword Rush.
Hail.
Yeah, Wrangler, if you hop over to my YouTube channel, there's a Record of Paladins playlist. It'll be in there. If you want to change up the song. I don't know if you guys are good. It's a great song, but they've heard it about 12 times now.
Yeah, I don't have the file to stick in the StreamYards, though. However, we can go over and put it on the screen. See, for the moment, I'm gonna dial that back, and I'll throw a little bit of Chill Kid on for the moment till I get over to that page.
Another excellent musician.
Yeah. There's a lot of great musicians out there.
Let's see. Playlists. McCoppin's music. Oh, no, wait. I want to go over to Record of the Paladins, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Brian McCoppin would be the YouTube channel. There's a Sean McCoppin out there who's doing music.
Yeah. No, I'm on your channel. I'm just
Okay.
see find Roland RDP Book of Oliver review trailer.
It's like took the comic, and the guy who did the book, the first comic, I had him do additional panels, and I made like a motion comic out of it. It's like a music video, really.
Nice. I like the multimedia.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Paladin animations. Oh, that's a playlist within a playlist.
Sexy.
Oh, no, it's not. I misunderstood what I was looking at. Book of Turpin trailer, Faith reviews, mystery boxes. Could this be it?
Yes, that's it.
against the ground, said, "Oh no, you're coming now. Time to feel the fire." Spreading around, how could you think he would stay down? Said, spreading around, there's nothing gonna higher. Get on out of here, get on up and leave. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. He's choking on the blood and ran down the tree. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. You've done it now. Gone against the king, gone against the crown. Said, oh no, you've done it now. Time to feel the fire. Rumors spreading around. How could you think he would stay down? Rumors spreading around. He's nothing but a liar. Get on out of here. Get on up and leave. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. He's choking on the blood and ran down the tree. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't tread on me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't tread on me. Said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't tread on me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. In Jesus' name. Oh, I'm singing. Get on out of here, get on up and leave. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. He's choking on the blood and ran down the tree. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. Get on out of here, get on up and leave. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. He's choking on the blood and ran down the tree. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me.
Like, yes, the demon beavers. I also noticed in the next book you had a demon otter.
Yes, for Lord Otter. I was paying him homage.
thepaladinbooks.com. You know what? I got to check. Even though I've gotten your books, I have not looked at your website before. So I'm going to bring that up. Hayes, please don't get on my keyboard right now, bud.
But the cat wants to be on the keyboard.
Of course he does. That's what cats do.
That's the one that came out in December. Book of Turpin.
Oh, okay.
Now that's an eye patch, right?
Yeah. You get a look at Turpin on the trailer we have rolling in the background there. He's based on a real historical one-eyed pastor, so it's kind of neat.
Huh. Yeah. Now I got to ask, how much research did it take for you to get Roland's dialogue down?
Yeah, I've been, I don't always interact. I listen to all your streams, Ranger, and I last couple of weeks have been talking about these books. I'm getting hyped up. But yes, we'll talk about Roll One, and so it takes. He's the hardest dialogue to write by far.
I would imagine.
Again, you got in the canonical Bible, the 66 books you can pull from. There's also some non-canonical stuff, but Roland won't touch that because he's too.
Because he's Protestant.
Oh, he's
If he was Catholic, he'd have what, I think 4 more books to pull from.
Yeah, he was raised Catholic. His backstory is actually book 11. He was raised Catholic, and he's got some beef with them as well. And the book, 11 really described that, why he's got that beef. But yeah, so anytime I need him to interact, I'm like, well, like simple greetings are easy. There's a lot of simple greetings. The churches of Christ salute you. Stuff like that's very easy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I need him. One of my favorite chapters was he goes to Cameroon to rescue a cardinal, and he meets the Cameroonian guard who only does. He's talking to him, and they're both speaking in English, but the Cameroonian just thinks he's weird. He's like, "You're a funny guy." They're getting along, and Roland's just like, "I'm a stranger in a strange land, and it is enough." And he's using all these Bible quotes. The Cameroonians just think, "Oh yeah, English isn't my first language too."
Yeah, I remember that. I got to give some credit to your narrator though. When he got ticked off and said, "Jesus, I know, and Paul, I recognize, but who are you?" Just the way he delivered that line was perfect.
Yeah, that's a great.
And that was the first time we actually heard him speak out of anger as well. I couldn't help but notice when he did, he was actually quoting a demon. I don't know if you intended that or not, but
no, that was actually a quote from Jesus, calling out a demon inside of somebody else. One of the apostles.
I thought that was when somebody tried to exorcise a demon, and the demon said to the man, "Jesus, I know, and Paul, I recognize, but who are you?" And he was refusing to come out.
I think it was Paul himself. I think was saying this to.
Oh, he was telling the story.
Yeah. Like a demon wouldn't say Jesus' name. I believe it can't. So, like Book of Serpent, I go really into demon possession, and actually Book of Insights too. A lot and kind of their rules, so to speak. Book 5.
I didn't realize demons couldn't speak his name. I knew that they refused to say Jesus is Lord, but I didn't know that they refused to speak his name or flat out couldn't say his name.
Yeah, I don't know for canonically sure, but I believe it's just too powerful of a thing,
Yeah.
Which I love the discussions I get with my fans that reach out, or readers. Some of them are fans. I had like a 2-star review guy reach out. He's like, "I can't believe you let this person get possessed. They're a follower. They don't get possessed." I'm like, it happens, dude. Like it happens in the Bible a couple times. Like we're just talking about it, so it's kind of neat.
Yeah, at least pre-crucifixion it happens. I think for true believers after the crucifixion, they are at that point sealed by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Therefore, I mean, and there are a lot of. Have you ever heard the term cultural Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people who go along with the culture of Christianity, but they don't truly believe. And so those guys, since they don't believe, are not sealed by the Holy Spirit, therefore could be possessed.
I'd be interested in your take of book 3. That's one of my controversial things that have happened. I won't reveal who gets possessed or how they get possessed. Or ruin it for you, but.
Was it Sam or Dean? No. Yeah, I think there's always been some debate on that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like those who do deliverance ministries who seem to think anybody is potentially could get possessed, and then you got the Baptists who are like, "Oh no, if you're saved, you can't be possessed," and there's so much we don't truly know.
Right. And the curveball I like to throw is, let's say you've met somebody who's not a believer and they are legitimately possessed. Can you offer yourself up as a vessel to the demon to try to lure them away from that person? Like the sacrificial possession or voluntary. Is that really possession then?
Containment, perhaps.
Yeah. The clean room. Come into my clean room.
But yeah, obviously it's going to come down to the lore and the rules of your particular universe.
Yeah.
But amongst Christians of different denominations, that can become a hotly debated topic.
Which is good. That's clicks.
Here's a off kilter question of a much more sensitive nature. I noticed that some of your background here is AI generated. So what's your take on AI art?
So initially, I was big not fan. Just like, this is stupid. And then I got to a point like, well, I need to do a trailer. I did the animated one, the hand animated one. I spent like $2,000 getting a comic book made and then try to convert it. Let's just do a quick 1-minute video where I have my characters and what's it look like? And it's not perfect, but it was something. It's like, oh, here's something I can just have as a background rolling. So I think it's a tool that, like a highlight reel. And like anybody else had curiosity, I actually said, hey, write me a chapter. I was like, I uploaded like my 3 books. I said, write me a chapter on the next book. And it was garbage. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my view is, if the AI can produce something that the author, because we are talking from the position of an author here, that the author approves of, then in my eyes, it's equivalent as a hand-drawn image, because ultimately those are stand-ins for the author's imagination to portray you something of this world. So if the author gives it its stamp, it's to me, it's official. It really doesn't really matter where it comes from, because the author approves.
And there's a big difference between an author or a wannabe author, let's say, sitting down and say, write me a 100,000 word book.
Yes.
Versus an author saying, hey, here's a chapter I wrote. Help me clean it up.
Yeah.
Very different.
I just read 2 AI books, and they were both pretty bad.
Yeah.
One of them was they were 2 movie translations of schlock movies I liked, and I picked them up generally out of more morbid curiosity. One of them was kind of like just because of a novelty. The tie-in books were the Tremors tie-in book for the movie Tremors.
That's a great movie.
The magnificent movie, and the tie-in book for The Mouth of Madness, In the Mouth of Madness, which is essentially about a book that brings forth the apocalypse. So I thought that's really cool. So let's get those 2 books. And I was 3/4 of the way through Tremors. I already read In the Mouth of Madness, and it was horrendous. And I was 3/4 of the way through Tremors, and I stopped when I realized that there was so much AI schlock here that it lost instant continuity with itself. Where the character, Val, is lifting up an axe to stab a graboid that's peeking itself out of the ground. And in the book, he swings the axe, but then the graboid tips him over. And when it falls, it mentions that he drops a saw out of his hand.
Oh, gosh.
And I was just so offended. I'm like, and this is after all the other AI-isms, which is like simple wording, shallow sentences, really short, consistent use of one-word sentences all the damn time, questions that end with periods instead of question marks, and then continuous and ridiculous amounts of repetition all over the place. That was just it. I was like, this clearly AI schlock, and it is the worst of the absolute worst. And I understand illustrators come out and say, they don't appreciate AI. I get it. You're an illustrator. You illustrate. That's your gig. That is your end all be all. But as an author, it's a completely different dichotomy because one, you can't just kind of fiction this stuff out of existence, and two, a lot of people don't take into the amount of expenses and time of hunting down an appropriate author, paying them what they're worth, and then waiting for it to be done and the various revisions along the way. There's a lot of stuff that goes in there that naturally bars your average individual from actually approaching that. What's considered what people want or appropriate, if you will.
Yeah, I've been getting so with the stuff that I've been writing, I've been giving it to a couple different AIs to have them analyze it and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think one of the more recent versions, I don't know if it's because of the version or if it's just going off on a tangent. I think it's Grok and Gemini have been trying to give me rewrites of my thing rather than analyzing it and tell me, this is good, this is bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you giving me rewrites? I'm not liking your rewrites at all. Just can you analyze this instead? And it analyzes it and gives me something useful that I can use.
Yeah, Grok does that with my stuff a lot. Like, if I'm trying to figure out, okay, here's the scenario, I want to have a character do this. Here's stuff the character's done before. Should this be within their ability, or is this going above and beyond what they should be able to do? Here's the context. Here's the setup. And I'll drop a couple chapters in there. And I'm just looking for it to help me figure out the physics, you know what I mean? To make sure I'm keeping things consistent. And it'll start trying to give me rewrites, say, let's tighten up that language. And I've so many times had to tell Grok, that's between me and the developmental editor.
Right.
And usually once I type that in, say, hey, no, I'm not looking for a rewrite. I have a developmental editor for that. We'll tear through it. And then Grok will leave it alone. But still, every so many exchanges still offer to polish some of it up. I'm like, no.
I've gotten to a point where now that I've got 4 published and working on the 5th, I kind of use it as a story Bible at times. Like I'm losing track of what I've written.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, in book 3, who was the doctor who did this? And instead of me trying to go find it, Grok's like, oh, this is the doctor. He did this. That's his name. Okay, cool. I can want to reference him.
I know exactly what you mean. I had to go back and completely rewrite a short story in a series of short stories because I got a character mixed up with another one. I was using the incorrect name. So and because I use the incorrect name so often in the later episodes or installments, I just retrofitted the previously released stories by just splitting the character into 2. But yeah, AI offers so much in general. People say that they don't like it, they don't like to approach it, but if you're just using it as a tool, it is a really great tool. Like I often will use it as a thesaurus, particularly a regenerative thesaurus for particular genres. I'll say I need a word that means the following for a novel written in this genre, and then it'll give me like 8 or 9 different words to choose from, and it could be very inspiring.
Oh yeah, I've done that a number of times because some of my stuff is based around like the 1200s to 1300s, and I'm like, okay, I've got this word in the modern context. What word or phrase could I use like in that era? And it will go through a bunch of stuff and spit out a bunch of possibilities.
So great, yeah. It actually helped me really flesh out a story. I remember it was like right at the beginning, a character gets out of the cabin of a ship and hits the ground of the cabin. I put just, he hit the floor. I found out that the floor of a cabin actually has its own particular name, and I wouldn't know that if I didn't go hunting for it. Yep. And sorry if you hear my dog eating in the background, the French bulldog scarf.
Well, sometimes Grok can make a great thesaurus.
Yeah. It's one of its strengths.
All 3 of the big ones I've learned they're really bad at giving me Bible verses. I'm trying to use them to help me get rolling to talk.
Wow.
They're really bad at it.
Yeah.
Like it's very surface level. Like they pick like the popular verses over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I think part of that is because of they're doing a search, and the search results that they get back are very generic, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah. I know. I have a character who is very much a paladin type, and since we're kind of talking Bible and AI, what I've done is I have the sort of music AI app, and what I've done is I've taken a bunch of Bible verses and turned them into like old Western dark eerie songs.
Oh, you let me listen to that. That was really cool.
And I just sort of memorized them over time. And a lot of them are like real Old Testament Isaiah type stuff. So I've been pulling a lot from that. Like if you want the real archaic stuff, pull from the book of Isaiah, book of Hezekiah. Those two, you're going to get a lot. If you want like the almost mystical stuff, the portion in the Bible where Job talks to God and God sort of just like corrects Job, that entire rant by God is just like something on a almost Lovecraftian level of sort of magnificence in all inducing beyond that, because it's almost like this sort of mighty poetry coming from the ruler of the universe,
laying the foundations of the earth, who stretched the stars across the heavens.
Yes.
Yeah. Going back to the music subject just momentarily, because I missed the comment when it came up. Everly said that Katie's great, super talented singer. So that's the name of the lady who was
Katie
helping him singing along with him on that other song.
That's going to be a little hard to Google.
Just Katie.
Katie the musician, please.
Yeah. Well, at least we have a name to the voice.
Yes.
He also says, can't wait for book 5.
I may have to pick up some books because I've been getting back into the hardcore reading. I've been trying to take this author stuff a little bit more seriously.
Well, since we're talking AI and getting the books, I know Wrangler, you asked about book 3 being an audiobook.
Yeah.
I was on Kristen McTiernan's stream a few weeks ago, and she introduced me to something called Spoken.ai, I think is the website.
Yeah.
And it does full cast audiobooks off your transcript. And it's not bad at all. Like, I'm going through it now, tweaking it to see how I feel about it. 2 gripes are, 1, if you have a word and a typo, it pronounces the typo. So, so you gotta edit it. And then you can't put it on Audible. Audible refuses to take AI generated audiobooks.
It was kind of like I was using the read back feature on Microsoft Word to sit and listen to it read back, just to, when I was going through the editing phase. So I'm listening to my thing read back to me, because it's a great way to find typos.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But there was the name of one area, like a town, was Freck, spelled Freq, and that was it, Freck. And it kept reading it as an abbreviation for frequency. So every time it came across it, it said frequency. I'm like, what? What's it say? I looked, I'm like, oh.
So Amazon does offer like basically a free AI version you can put on their Audible if you have a published book.
Yeah.
So my nonfiction book, I let them do it. I said, hey, take my nonfiction. I don't care about it. And
use the voice of John Cleese.
It was like, it's a book about information technology. So the acronym IT, it pronounced it at every single time.
Gosh.
This sucks. So I had to pull it back and say, pronounce capital IT as IT, please.
And I watch it say, instead of saying it says capital I, capital T. Everybody said, as far as Googling Katie, it says The please is what helps you find her. AI will know.
Oh,
AI has also made Googling 1,000 times easier.
Yeah, but Christy brings something up. If anybody wishes to address this,
For AI overlords?
No, this is more since we were mentioning Job a few moments ago.
But man,
Christy says the fact that it was a bet with Satan to prove that Job would still worship him no matter what he did, it messes with me. So I don't know if anybody would like to address her on that, because understandable. Some people read that and go, this looks kind of messed up when they don't understand the full context. So I didn't know if anybody wanted to address that.
proof that not only do we have faith in God, but He has faith in us.
Yep. And everything was restored to him double from what it was before.
Yep.
So he actually came out a lot better off.
The funny part of that is all the kids who died. Did they get more kids all of a sudden? Like, I was like, my kids are asking, like, did he lose his kids? Yeah, you got him back and more. Like, yeah, he's got more kids now.
Now, dealing with a family member in hospice, I actually have been looking in the book of Job and looking at what he went through, and where he sat and said, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And for some reason, that's helping bring me more peace than I thought it would, dealing with this right now. So, I wonder if Job even ever had the thought in his head that what he was going through would be helping people for thousands of years in the future.
Not true, too.
So what's that?
Like, one of my favorite stories of a reader reached out and says he started going back to church after reading my book. I was like, all right, if that's all I get out of my entire life, that's probably enough.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Nice.
Yes. So, question about the lore of your world: are paladins the only humans that get special abilities, or are there sometimes people who do have a special ability, regardless of their, they have nothing to do with being a paladin or dealing with demons? Or
So the short answer is yes. Just the 12 paladins are the ones that are going to have all the abilities. But along the way, like, you've already met Benjamin Blau, so you're going to meet extraordinary people along the way who, for all intents and purposes, could probably be a paladin. I'm trying to help people understand you don't have to be strong or fast or have foresight or sensory or whatever. You can still be a great person. So, like, that's where Blau kind of comes in. And I got other characters that show their way up.
Yeah, Benjamin. You don't want to get on his bad side.
So, if for those that don't know, haven't read the book yet, Benjamin Blau is a Montessori Jew who made his money off, tech stocks and stuff like that. He retired very wealthy. One day, his daughter got kidnapped by Muslim sex traders. So he hired a small army to go find these guys and murder them. So he kept the small army, and now he travels the 7 seas looking for traffickers and murdering them.
Everybody's got to have a hobby.
Right.
I guess if that helps you make money, that works too.
Emily says Benjamin is awesome.
Although I guess if you're independently wealthy, you could just take all their money and donate it to other things that need money.
Oh,
Like
his ship, the
NGO.
Merciful, needs a lot of money to keep it running. It's high tech. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a spin-off of him someday. Tell his backstory.
Yeah.
Get
It'd be a swashbuckling adventure novel.
get Liam Neeson to play him. You think Liam Neeson can pull off a Jew?
Emily says the non-powered supporting cast is great in these books. So many varied and likable characters. And Christy says, why does Paladin not look great to me? I used to get the spelling wrong on that a lot too, until I had to start looking it up for my own Paladin character. It was like I kept misspelling it, and thankfully Microsoft Word kept pointing it out. But then I went and looked it up, It's like I could have sworn there was an E in there, but no.
I'm actually stoked at the resurgence of like books referencing faith-based warriors. Like American Paladin is getting kind of big now, and
Nice, yeah.
I had somebody ask, "Does that upset you that people are also using the word paladin?" Like, no, it's a holy warrior. Go fight on God's side. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got mine on screen right now. Here, let me pop that up just for a moment. If I can find, there it is. Yep.
In a funny way, too.
She's there's the tell right there.
In a funny way, too, Warhammer 40K sort of created a taste for that kind of language, too. Because while I was writing my own Paladin character, which quoted a lot of the Bible, it reminded me a lot of the 40K I read and realized how much they actually pulled from that sort of linguistic tradition. So there's, yeah, it's interesting that they may have sort of seeded a taste for that sort of that sort of flavor of science fiction, if you will.
I'm a big fan of that. I think nothing would make me happier than when the Emperor wakes up. He's like, "Hey, I brought Jesus back with me."
I kept asking. I went through a whole conversation with Grok about what would happen if this character entered Warhammer 40K or that character. I went from everything from like the Punisher to Captain America to Thor, then Superman, and then I was like, you know what? Everything is like, it has a beneficial effect, but it's all only temporary. So then I asked, what would happen if Jesus entered the world of Warhammer 40K? And it was the only scenario where over time the entire universe started tipping into a direction of hope.
Mm-hmm.
Every other character you introduce, it's like, yeah, you get some good benefits, but ultimately time goes on, the character will either be killed or passed, and then everything just goes right back to the chaos it's always been. This was the only scenario where the universe actually changed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool.
The machine agrees.
The machine agrees.
That's a good title for a short story. We'll talk about that for later. Yeah. My own little Paladin story I'm writing is actually inspired by video games. Two of which, one is Killing Floor and the other one is actually Dead Space. And I thought, what if you had a flamethrower wielding Paladin who's just completely zealous out on a spaceship while a Dead Space-esque event occurs? How would that play out? So he's just going through the corridors of a spaceship, quoting Bible and burning up these infected half humans.
Awesome.
It's real fun to read. One of these days, I'm gonna have to actually publish it. It's on a stack of stories. I continuously filter between stories as I write, so I got a huge stack.
Thinking like a StarCraft fire bat running through, but he's got like a cross on his chest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Beverly says, I know I joined late. Did I miss you guys talking about Brian's new book 4 or 6?
Or is it 6? Is it VI?
No, he's put VI.
Right.
Didn't discuss a particular book all that much. We kind of
In general.
we were talking about his books, and our conversations kind of tilted around to different spots, but we keep coming back to it. We didn't discuss any particular book or upcoming book, but we talked a little bit about some of the books. So
I can dive in if you guys want.
Oh, he's probably referring to, on your avatar there, you got the
Yeah.
VI.
So, Emily, just catch you up. This was my speed race book. My wife, who hasn't read any of my books, I wanted to force her to read a book in a way. So I also wanted to see if I could write a book in a month. And this was that product. He is currently editing it, which is how I'm forcing her to read it. But it was written with her as the target audience. It's a murder mystery. At the first murder, the first chapter, there's 6 bodies, and the letters VI are inscribed on the floor. And it kind of kicks off from there. It's akin to the movie Seven with like Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, kind of that kind of detective noir kind of style.
Real dark, chiller stuff.
Yeah. I go into detail describing the gory, like, so in it's the first chapter, so I don't mind spoiling a little bit. The first chapter, the 6 guys are in a circle.
Whoa.
Their bodies have been bolted to the ground, but they're kneeling and their hands have been glued together like in a prayer. Their eyes are cut open. Then they're all forced to sit in prayer and stare at the VI in the middle of the room.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the show I'm currently watching called Millennium. You might like that.
Ooh, I'll check that out.
Yeah, very much also inspired by Seven, and the main character is played by Lance Hendrickson, if you're a fan.
Oh, I love that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the same
what's
guy
this
that
book
did the
called
X-Files
again?
that made that.
Yes, Chris Carter made that one. But what's this book called? Your 7 book here again?
It's VI.
VI, like the letters.
Yeah, like 6, but
okay, gotcha.
You'll find out what it means in the book. Whether it's VI or Vi or 6, because the number 6 has a lot of implications. It's this, the 6th commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." The 6th Amendment, the right to a speedy and fair trial. There's a lot of things that 6 can mean.
Oh, yep.
It's also the number of man, and it's incomplete.
Yep. And
Number of days God labored. So, yeah.
Emily says, the missus and I love your other book, so we're going to give this one a shot.
I think for his missus, it's right up her line. It's very much, I think if I remember correctly, she watches one of those 2 murder mysteries. So it's right up there. It should be out in August sometime because she's about halfway done editing it. So
it's not out yet.
No, but I wrote it in a month. She was probably going to take her a month to edit it. So
very well.
I will say, Emily and I tease a lot about some of the chapters we write, and multiple, not just me, but multiple artists, that you have a chapter that hits you just right and you have that great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I wrote a chapter, and as I'm writing it, I'm getting sad. Like, I'm writing this, I'm getting sad. Like, that's never happened before. So, it was a great feeling.
That happened to me with one of the last stories of this short story series about a cyberpunk vampire infestation. I was like, I'm starting to creep myself out here. I think I need to go talk to someone because I wouldn't even read this. So yeah, clean it up a little bit here.
To all the writers here, has anybody actually missed it up in the eyes when killing off one of your characters?
Not really.
Well, the most recent one that I wrote about, he had a contingency plan which reversed time, so he really didn't die.
Oh.
But did you get misty-eyed?
No, because I knew he was coming back.
I guess back to Wrangler then.
I guess I'm the only wuss here, but
no.
That's all right. I'm sure there's women in the chat.
Thanks, you know how to make a guy feel better.
Well, I'm terrible at that usually. Thank you.
I'm with you, Wrangler. A little spoiler for book 1, but killing off Garen was not easy. It was a trick.
I kind of had the feeling it was coming, and then when it was said it was going to happen, then we kind of could see where it was going to happen. But it still was a bummer, and I understand why it needed to be done. But yeah, that did kind of hurt seeing him go. So I can't imagine. Garen looks like he was probably a blast to write for, and you're like, I'm gonna miss him.
He was my favorite. That book, he's the best. Like I tell, people do author inserts all the time. Oliver is me in my 20s. Garen is me right now. I'm a little overweight. I drink too much, and I hate the Pope. It's
But I mean, every character, no matter what you do, is going to have an aspect of yourself one way or another. Either an aspect of yourself, something you think is good, or an aspect of yourself that you think is bad, blown, escalate. You take it and you exaggerate it or escalate it or whatever, and use that in your villains, or something about yourself that your personality, your sense of humor is in this character. Your pet peeves might show up in this other character. So, I mean, a little bit of yourself is going to go into each character in one way or another.
Yeah. Even like your aspirations, I think. Like Roland is, if I had my way, I would be Roland. If I could live my life better.
Yeah, I guess the thing with the character that I ended up that's been a story that's been on my mind for a very long time. So I knew that it was coming. I have another one that a character that shows up much later, and that's kind of good and bad. So I don't know that it'll have much feeling there because again, it's been a story long in my head. It just needs to be written down.
So are you a pantser, or do you write your stuff out beforehand?
There, I got you back in.
That was weird. You kicked me out?
I didn't know.
Oh,
I heard the bloop. I'm like, you just joined. I'm like, oh, Brian just joined. I thought he was here.
James, ask your question again.
Yeah, are you a pantser, or do you plot?
I have an outline. I've actually got all 12 books outlined.
Oh, nice.
It's basically, I'll have like A to B, which is the main story, and I'll have 4 or 5 things I want to do along the way. Scenes I've visualized.
Nice. All right. Now, what are your influences? Is it just literature, or
oh no?
How much is not anime? Let's go that direction.
Well, I'll pick on anime first. So Oliver's Two Guns, very much Hellsing.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I love those 2 pistols in Hellsing. I was like, I gotta have something like that in my books. So I
like the unique design of his pistols. Originally Garen's, but
that's why it was familiar.
Okay. Oh, which Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
End of Days.
Oh, that's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a while.
A lot of that in there.
Underrated film.
I love the breakfast smoothie he made for himself in that movie.
It's like pizza and beer or something like that.
You don't get much a Schwarzenegger horror movie, so that one was nice.
No. Gabriel Byrne as the devil. That's just a great movie.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that? What was that movie with Nicolas Cage and Ron Perlman where they were crusaders?
Oh, Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah. What I got a kick out of was how nobody could seem to hurt this demon, and then Ron Perlman headbutted him. He had headbutt a few people, knocked them out. Perlman goes up and headbutts the guy, and obviously he's not knocking out a demon, this supernaturally resilient being,
Uh-huh.
but the demon actually kind of went ow for a second. You know, I think they both went ow, but yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to derail you. Just when you
No,
mentioned End of Days, it kind of my brain flipped over to that one too.
Great movie.
That's actually partially why, I shouldn't say that, but sort of sparked the reason why I am writing this, my own paladin character on the side, is because too often in media is Christianity defanged in to sort of empower more satanic or demonic elements or influences. And I kind of wanted to create a character that would just sort of be this like thumb in the nose of that in space.
And even the ones that could be good, like I pick on the movie Legion all the time. It's so close to being good. It's so close. It's just,
but they always leave out Jesus from the equation.
Yes, they leave that out, and they get like way off the doctrine. No matter who, what, like so far off, there's no Christian sect that wouldn't believe any of this. So just, you know, but high budget, it gets people talking about God a little bit. There's definitely some usefulness to it.
Yeah, but that was always one of my gripes was I like how a lot of these movies are digging into biblical lore and text and bringing up God, bringing up the forces of evil, but they always leave Jesus out. And Jesus is he's the star of the Bible, all right? How are you referencing all this and not mentioning Jesus once?
Because it's not about Christianity. They're taking it solely to butcher it. It's about what they want to do with it. You know, they have no reverence. They have alternate agendas that are skin deep when it comes to this sort of Christian lore and then you know, that's the battle of the West, really, is to embrace our own Christian identity instead of trying to run away from it or butcher it in a way.
Yep.
I mean, we don't even teach the Bible in schools, and it is not arguably, objectively, one of, if not the most influential book ever written in the world. It should
For
be
our
taught
civilization.
everywhere. Yeah, exactly. But no. Like, think about it. They say they want to be sort of non-religious or non-idealistic, but they'll instantly default to atheism, which is a belief system. You know, why is atheism just instantly the default? Oh, well, we don't want to be religious, therefore we're just going to embrace atheistic thought teachings. That's okay.
Yeah,
The religion, non-religion.
A lot of people get hung up on religion and kind of lose the idea of relationship. You know, are you connected to Jesus? I don't care how you're connected. I don't care what church you go to. What's your relationship with Jesus? It's the whole Jesus and waffles chapter. It's one of my favorite chapters. I got pastors reach out to me about Jesus and waffles, and they say, "I love that chapter. I'm going to use it." I guess that's a great chapter.
Cool.
Yeah, two good things in one.
Which book was that in for people that haven't read the books?
The first book. It's like the fifth chapter. Like it's early on.
Okay, because I was pretty sure that I read that, so I was pretty sure it's book one. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's Garen and Oliver go to the diner, and it's their first meal together. Garen teaches them how to pray. He asks them about Jesus, and they get all emotional. And Oliver does like, "Why am I crying?" And he talks about how the Lord's love is powerful enough that it can overwhelm you. It can make you cry. It can make you brave. It can make you afraid. It can hold you still. It can force you to move. So it's a great chapter. It is one of my. I think that one, and when Roland and Evie are on the airplane, that's another one that really about just, you know, these are chapters that kind of reveal my faith story, I think.
Okay, now that I'm back at the computer, I'm kind of catching up with the chat. Evelyn said she's a huge Poirot fan, and I'm not sure who he's referring to. Sorry, Evelyn, I'm not quite mentally linking up the comment with the topic there. And he says, August, awesome.
Let's probably talk about VI. Yeah.
Yeah. Christy asks, Ethan, who did you kill off? I don't want to say right now. It's in book 2. Yeah, she actually threatened me if I killed off a certain character, she'd be really mad at me.
He's talking about Hercule Poirot, who's a fictional investigator. I believe he's an investigator? Detective.
Oh.
From the Agatha Christie book series, I believe.
So she might like VI a lot then.
Huh. Readout says the music we heard from the Paladin teasers tonight have been incredible.
And Emily just messaged me tonight. He's got a third one he's working on right now.
Really? I'm looking forward to that.
I'll have to go hire an animator or something. Make a music video.
Yeah. By the way, is the comic still available on your website or?
Yeah. Right now it's just in digital. The physical copy, I keep having a back and forth with the Amazon on the formatting, so I kind of gave up and just left it digital.
Gotcha.
There's actually 2 comics. There's a black and white one and there's a full color one. Different artists. The black and white one's really just the first 2 chapters, and then the color one is like the first 3 or 4 chapters.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for the link. Thank you for the link, Raven.
Yep.
Hercule Poirot is a recurring fictional Belgian detective created by the English writer Agatha Christie.
I believe it is Poirot.
But it's more fun to say Poirot.
That's what I thought you said originally. Like, she loves pirates. Like, really?
Poirot's. Arr. But, all right, so now that I actually know how to pronounce it, Poirot is Christie's most famous and longest-running character, appearing in 33 novels, starting with The Mysterious Affair at Styles, 2 plays, Black Coffee and Alibi, and 51 short stories published between 1920 and 1975. She's been busy. I don't know if I could think up that many different stories for writing. That's incredible.
I'll have to check. I've never read any Agatha Christie. I have to go. At least I don't think I have. That wasn't like 13 Little Indians, wasn't her, was it? Maybe it was.
I don't know, because even though I know the name, I am not familiar with their work.
Yeah, I don't remember on that one.
Look up who read 13 Little Indians. I thought it was her, but I don't know. How many books out there?
I think I got Christy worried. she put this little sad, worried face there.
You should put in like some fake outs, like almost kill the character. You know, get him buried under a bunch of rubble. Something like that.
So I have to have some stakes, and so somebody had to pay a price.
Yeah.
So apparently, it sounds like some of her stuff was based upon like children's poems or children's rhymes, like 10 Little Indians.
Yeah, I've read that book. Okay, so you have read Agatha Christie. Okay, I read that like in 5th grade.
Yeah, so let's see.
That's a murder mystery at like a house on a hill that looks a cliff.
Emily, is that a correction for the name that we're supposed to look up, or is that just how to pronounce the name? Or is that a millionaire who was running for president and said, "Yeah, look at these tier charts."
Row.
There you go.
Yes, 10 is Christie's, and Murder on the Orient Express is a Perot by her.
I've read two of hers. Cool.
Oh, yeah. Murder on the Orient Express. That's the one I remember.
Yeah, he says pronunciation, and Christy said, I read a few Agatha Christie when I was 6.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Early elementary. I remember had a teacher making us read them.
Yeah.
She's the highest selling fiction author of all time.
Yeah, the wiki page says that she's regularly referred to as the Queen of Crime.
And now all I want to do is pronounce that name as Poirot. Evelyn says, Jesus and Waffles is an epic chapter, by the way. Oh, and by the way, thanks for that, Brian, because after I read that, I just wanted waffles. And of course, you threw some bacon in there. Good man. Good man.
Of course. Yeah, part of Oliver's journey is the wonderful food he has along the way. You know, you get a little token-esque sometimes and say, here's the meal, here's what they're eating, here's what they're enjoying.
Yeah, and as Evelyn said earlier, you had some awesome side characters in there. Abigail was just a joy to read. or excuse me, I'm supposed to call her Abby, my bad.
Abby. She was like Abby now. I don't know if you read the author's notes at the beginning of the first book. I dropped the hint that I may have actually met Oliver in Ocala, Florida. I pulled a J.K. Rowling. I actually met this person.
I remember that, and I was like, "Is this really a real person, or is this just
Is it
named Oliver?"
Is it?
Yeah, you had a similar intro in the second one as well. You know, this may or may not be real. It's up to you to believe whether you want to believe it or not. You know.
Well, the timing's crazy because that place takes during the previous war in Ukraine, and then I publish it. The other war in Ukraine breaks out. So, like,
I noticed that was some odd timing. What was funny was in my second book, I'm getting ready to publish it, and a good chunk of it takes place in Atlantis beneath the ice cap of Antarctica. And all of a sudden, my dad started pulling out news articles. Hey, look at this. Looks like they're saying there might be something under the ice cap in Antarctica. Hey, look, here's another article saying that people think Atlantis is beneath Antarctica. I'm like,
wow.
Well, what did I get? You know what?
We all saw Alien vs. Predator. We know what's under there.
Yeah, there is a ziggurat under there.
Right.
It may or may not have been partially inspired by the visuals in that movie. Christy says, I was 6 years old when I started on the heavy murder mysteries. I finished the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew series when I was 5. Everybody says, or pancakes, I forget. I'm pretty sure it was waffles.
Uses some waffles, yeah.
Christy says, nerd. And she goes, pancakes with a little bit of powdered sugar. She also says, that sounds like something I read. Not quite sure what she's referring to on that one, but because we just talked about a bunch of different stuff.
Well, for Christy, I'll put some pancakes in book 5 for her.
Yeah. Roland and Oliver are the most fun characters to read when the action starts. But in most other scenes, I think Persephone steals the show.
She has her own chapter, book 3. She has a full chapter dedicated to her.
Oh, sweet.
It's just her by herself at the lab and kind of what she does when everybody's out fighting demons.
She nerds out, I'm sure.
And
yeah, I got a ghoul that's still alive but can't move. Should I bring it back? Yes, yes. She just wants to dig into this thing.
It just so happens the auditor from the Vatican's there. Timing's perfect.
Emily says, "Yeah, she's so fun, always bouncing around." Yeah, she does have that exuberance to her.
So I guess it's safe to share that. So I've had my first 3 books each had different editors. The first book, I really liked the job she did, but she seemed to think I was forcing 16-year-old Persephone and 33-year-old Oliver into a relationship. I'm like, no, it's not happening at all. So I think that she stopped working for me because of that possible relationship. I'm like, it's not happening. I promise you, it's not happening.
Because she was a perv?
I don't know.
Maybe.
She's like, I'm seeing this. Like, it's not happening. It's not there. They're a brother and sister at best.
They weren't even that far along yet.
Yeah. Like, like I had them like hug at one scene, I think. I don't think it made the final draft, if I remember correctly. And she was uncomfortable with it. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, she's 18 in book 5 finally, so but no relationships. None of that happened in the books.
Uh-huh.
The closest was like Oliver, who's 33, and Melissa, who's 28, fall on each other in a snowbank. That's the closest it gets to any romance. That's it. That's the absolute closest we get.
I thought you were hinting at a potential romance between Oliver and Melissa, but seeing how she's just shy of being a nun, maybe not.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Her backstory, like, I don't want to reveal it. But like, I had Oliver flirt with Jimin, his Tang Soo-do partner, his first kiss. It's innocent stuff like that.
Yeah, and that actually landed pretty well. And it was like later on when he met up with her again, it's not a surprise that she was engaged and planning a life. But at the same time, it was like, oh, bummer. It would have been cool if, but what you did was far more realistic. Anyway, guess who's joined us in the chat?
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better, stronger, faster.
What's up, Herman P. Hunter, the Bionic Hedge?
His books are amazing. If you haven't read them, please go check them out.
Oh yeah, I've
You like
enjoyed it. Go ahead.
His faith leaning as well. So it's awesome. Like that's the right. We're talking about how we need more faith leaning books, and his definitely go that way.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed the one series of books quite a bit. I've still haven't gotten to what was it, the Wizard in the Stone or something?
Yeah,
the Wizard Stone.
The Wizard Stone.
The wizard is stoned. I mean, the Wizard Stone.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't gotten to yet.
Christy says no GOT in your book. Forgive me, I'm not understanding the acronym.
Probably Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think.
Herman says, thanks, man. And Christy says, hail, Herman. Yeah, mine ended up faith leaning as well, and it wasn't entirely intended at the very beginning of the series, but that actually has to do with where I was in my life at that point. I used to be pagan, and I turned away from that, but I hadn't fully turned to Christianity yet. So there was elements of both in there, and then I started leaning more toward faith-based with book 2, and then definitely in book 3. But I found myself in a snag. I'm like, I got some reconciling to do here, because I started reading the Bible and first for research purposes, and then as a way of life. But when I looked at how things are happening and what I was moving toward, I'm like, I got a lot of things wrong here, and I got to. Okay, good. I haven't written that yet, so I don't have. I can't retcon anything because I hate retcons. But But I kind of like. I'm looking at certain things. I'm like, yep, that's got to go. That's got to go. That's got to go. So as I was kind of doing the evolution of, at least I started off with a proper hierarchy. God is at the top, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and I came up with origins for all the different beings to make it fit within that cosmology. But I'm really glad I started reading when I did, or else I would have taken things in a way wrong direction out of ignorance.
You were a pagan, and you did the most common of pagan pastimes, which is convert to Christianity.
Of course,
Yep.
that's what we're supposed to do, is it not? Let's see. Herman says the follow-up to the Wizard's Stone is coming later this year.
Ooh.
And he
He
says,
even got Herman's book like 3 or 4 times a year. He puts it on sale for $1, so there's no excuse.
It might be on sale right now. Last time I checked,
could be. I picked up originally for $1 a while back. I was like, this is worth more than $1. This is a great book.
That reminds me, I got to finish the series. I read The Revenant in the Tomb, The Revenant in the Cult. I still have to read The Witchwood, which I
haven't got that far yet.
I think that finishes it out. So I gotta.
I like that one.
Yeah, the second book ended up going to the Witchwood, and then the third book picks up from there. And I never cracked that open to get through the rest of it. It's like I'm kind of on a cliffhanger here. The book's right there. I need to get it. I need to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a series I've actually finished. I'm looking forward to more.
And then there's the Wizard's Stone, which I haven't read yet at all. I know it's not part of the same series, but I do believe that's set in the same continuity, just in the past. To the, I think that's the past of the Revenant series, but within the same world. Is that correct, Herman?
I think you're right. Let's see.
Do I have the timeline proper there? If I'm wrong, he'll come back into the live chat and rip me a new one. But Christy says, even though I hate being in public, I hate being quarantined for shingles. I was Catholic and turned to paganism.
Aw.
Oh,
the Wizard's Stone is in the future. All right. Let me go find Doc
okay.
Brown. I got to fix that.
that makes sense. That makes sense now. Because the
Yeah, you actually read Wizard's Stone, right, Raven?
I haven't, not yet. I think that's the one book I haven't read yet. The other one, I believe, is setting up all of the stuff because he's hunting down certain things, and I think that's the setup for the later book. So it's like the books that we've read is the prehistory to the Wizard's Stone.
Yeah. The funny thing is, if I remember what he told me correctly, how Cedric he set up to be a one and done character, and it like became everybody's favorite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that I think is the funny part.
And Evelyn says the Wizard's Stone was good. Looking forward to the next one.
Nice.
This awkward silence is brought to you by Frequency Studios. That's my go-to line when I can't think of something to say on live air.
Trying to think back to your previous streams, the questions you had asked, I didn't get to answer because a lot of the time, like I was saying, Monday nights do karate, so I'll just, on my cool off, I'll listen to the stream.
Uh-huh. Actually reminds me of a terrible AI script that this guy was reading on his video where he was trying to pretend to be an authoritative source, where he was talking about lamp shading as in kind of what Wrangler just did, pointing out that it's awkward silence to sort of alleviate the awkward silence, lampshade it. Except he kept calling it lamp lighting throughout the entire video. How do you get to the same point there? Lamp lighting, lamp shading. They're kind of different, I've been seeing that a lot on the tube lately is bad AI scripts. It's easy to point out the AI voices, but I've been noticing the scripts lately, and they are not good.
Yeah, let's see. Herman says, according to all of the beta readers, the next book is one of the best I've written thus far. That's awesome.
Good.
Christy says, awesome, Herman. Christy says, Ethan's gotten me to church a few times. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, I mean, she lives like halfway across the state, and I a few times went down, picked her up, brought her back up here for church, and then brought her home. But yeah, Christy, they still ask about you every now and then. The other day, some of the folks there were asking how you're doing. So they remember you.
A font of evil things.
That's a wicked font, dude.
You're gonna have to read the Wizard's Stone then.
Right? The TBR pile thickens.
Yep.
Need that Batman superpower, all that free time.
Yeah. Yep.
Need more audiobooks so I could get through them quicker. Oh, I still have that thing over my. There we go.
Sooner or later, if it hasn't been done, one of these writers is gonna write some sort of alien or supernatural reasoning for Batman being so skilled / successful in his fights continuously.
Nth metal poisoning. It leached into his bloodstream and kind of gave him subtle amps where he still looks like a regular human, but I don't know.
What if he has like a wormhole that just operates as like a window to the future? He just spies on the future self of his enemies. And he just tells everybody, I study a lot.
Yeah, he's got Hermione's time turner for class. I don't know.
I just study.
Dennis O'Neil wrote a novel like How Could Batman Be Real? I think it was called like Becoming Batman or something like that. He talks about micro sleep was the biggest key.
Yeah.
He sleeps like 5 minutes every couple of hours. That's all he needs. That gives him like an extra 8 hours a day to do whatever.
I think that would kill us. See, everybody says, all right, y'all, glad I was able to catch alive again. Been a while. Have a good one. Have a great night, Everly. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
See you.
Thank you, Emily.
Goodbye, sir.
And Herman says, I will be putting the ebook of The Wizard's Stone on sale a month before I release the next book.
Yes.
Nice.
I believe
Christy says, I still try to log into the church. I love Pastor Chris, and especially when he's with Malachi. Oh, yeah, the little Pastor Chris and Malachi short videos he does. Yeah, those are funny. Malachi is a puppet, a monkey. Malachi the monkey, and he's voiced by Pastor Chris's son. And Malachi will sit there and reference things all the time. When we had a guest speaker, they did in that episode of Pastor Chris and Malachi, they had the guest speaker on with Malachi instead of Pastor Chris. And he goes, yes, today's sermon, I'm going to be talking about Babylon. And Malachi goes, oh, yes, Babylon 5. He's like, just Babylon. And he's like, you don't like sci-fi? And he goes, I like the Bible. So Malachi goes, Bible on 5. It's a riot. It's called cocaine. Yeah, sometimes the way Malachi acts, you would think he was, but no. So we're coming up on the end here. So, anything anybody wants to bring up or discuss before we go into parting plugs?
Nothing I can think of right off the top of my head, but ask me again 2 seconds after the stream's done.
That's usually about how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. And let me get us in the proper formation here. And we're going to start off with Raven.
Oh, I do not have the book with me, but The Legend of Shalar by Geno. I think she's still having problems with it on Amazon, so put it in your wish list for now and buy it when it's available.
Yay.
All right. Raven, did you finish the book?
Yes, I finished the book.
Yeah, I did too. We're going to have to talk about that book sometime.
It was a fun read.
Yeah, it was. All right. James.
Yes, I just recently, this month, finished my latest short story series, which is called Open Shadows, which is about a vampiric outbreak happening in the lower levels of a cyberpunk cityscape. You can check it out on my Substack at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. Soon I'll be re-releasing the newly edited version of my previous short story series I released last year called The Villain, which is a direct tie-in, as most of them are, but this will be the most direct of tie-ins. So follow me at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. And on another front, I have about 4 months ago got the thumbs up from Funcom to make a radio play and other radio play-esque sorts of content for the defunct massive multiplayer game The Secret World. And I recently released a trailer. I'll be showing that off next week for that super awesome project. So more to come on that front.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And Christy says, no, I was talking about the sleeping for the cocaine comment. The sleeping for 5 minutes, the micro sleeps. Gotcha. I didn't say Malachi was on cocaine. I thought that's what you were implying, because that's kind of how Malachi acts, because he's hyperactive. But yeah, that would be kind of out of character for Malachi, but he's got the personality where you might wonder. Okay, Mr. Brian McCoppin, what are you working on?
Thank you for having me on. Book of Aten, which is the 5th Paladin book, is coming out later this year. It's about 50,000 words deep, so almost halfway done. The book of VI, unrelated to the Paladin books, comes out in August, or hopefully, if the editor's done by then. She's close to being done. And I've got a couple other secret projects I might be releasing, like I did with VI, where I'm surprising everybody last minute, because I've had some people who I live near reach out with some inspirational ideas. So I might be doing something fun in the coming months.
Nice. Now is the book is straight up called VI, not V, not 6, not Vi?
I don't know. I mean, I know, but you got to read it.
I'm going to assume because you called it VI, the book title itself will be pronounced VI regardless of the context within the book.
That's what all the detectives called the serial killer, VI. So the main reason they do it is they don't want to call it 6 because they're worried about connotations with the 6th commandment. Gotcha.
Christy says it sounds like my wheelhouse. Yeah, it does. It's she loves the murder mystery stuff and the serial killers and all that stuff.
My wife says she has to go back and re-edit because she forgets to edit. She gets so into it.
Yeah, I've done that when I was looking through stuff. I was supposed to be taking notes, and I just kind of got swept away in it. So that's usually a good sign. All right. And of course, you can check out my stuff on Amazon, Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty, Haley's World, magic fueled sci-fi adventures, a little bit Goonies, a little bit fantasy, a whole lot of fun. Just go to Amazon, type in Bad Kitty Frequency Studios. They'll pop right up, and you can check out my Substack, where I have a short story set in the same continuity, takes place after the second book, about some LA detectives trying to solve a missing persons case. You can also follow me on the X Twitter at Frequency Studios. Just drop the first E and you'll find it. You'll see Haley and Elizabeth right there on the banner, so you'll know that's the right page. And don't forget, tomorrow night, coming up on Frederick's show, Frederick's channel, Proof of Comics. Join us there starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure if we have a guest lined up for tomorrow night or not, or who we're going to be interviewing. But it's usually comic centric, so come check it out, and it's going to be a good time. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like, and if you didn't, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time, and God bless.
Jewish space lasers.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.